Okay. In this video, I'm gonna show you that Einstein's theory of relativity is not really what we think it is. It's basically telling the story of the fall. And I have the advantage that my native language is German, so um, yeah, it's really an advantage. So Einstein is a German word, and if we break this word apart, Einstein's theory of relativity, Einstein's, if we take these words apart, then we have Einst Eins, which means once one, because once we were one. Before the fall, we had the united vision of the heart, which is God, which is the undivided state, where no duality is existing. And then we fell into the mind. We fell from the upper realm, so to speak, into this shit projection, and everything is divided in this shit projection. So Einstein means once one. Once we were one. And also, if we make an anagram out of it, then it means Eins Eint, which means one unites. And we can see this on the $1 bill. And this is basically the game instruction we have down here in this projection. The whole $1 bill is the game instruction, and we can see everything, what happened, how the fall came into existence, and what we have to do. And we have to basically overcome the division down here and neutralize the duality, the paradox, so that we will become one again. Because down here we are trapped inside an illusion of, but it's also very real, but it's an illusion of a separation. And there is a quote from this guy. He says that time is like past, present, and future is like a persistent illusion, a very persistent one. So one unites. That's basically what I'm telling in my videos all day. Because we have to overcome the division inside of ourselves and then outside. So Einstein means once one, or one unites, and it also means, if we break it apart there, Ein Stein, then it means one stone, or a stone. And this goes back, or this is referring to the keystone again, or L, the one stone where you can put the key in to reverse the fall. So then this is would be the keystone, as we see in the broken key, and there the light comes through. It's basically this thing. This is the one stone, or the A stone. This is the alpha stone, if you like in this projection we are in. And this is the keystone, like we see here in the Keystone camera with the electric eye, L, the keystone. So Albert Einstein is all about telling the story of the fall and also how to reverse it. And even the name Albert means bright, shining. Okay, famous, but the noble shining one is the correct translation and the correct meaning. So the name Einstein itself is telling us we have to unlock the keystone, which is the pineal gland in the brain of the mind, of the dual mind, the AI supercomputer, consisting of ones and zeros, the paradox, the duality within. And to unlock it, we basically have to neutralize the duality within. And how to do that, I made a lot of videos about that. It has a lot to do with bringing the shadow to light. And it's all about two becoming one. So let's go into the theory of relativity, because there we have the story of the fall again. It's like EMC square. And if we look at the formula, it's all about, the equation tells the story of the fall, and it's all about united we stand and divided we fall, because we fell into a division. So let's look at the formula. It's like energy, which refers to the inner G, the spirit trapped in the heart, concealed in darkness. And it's all about this thing fell into this projection. The inner G, the inner God, is basically funneled into this projection of division inside of the mind. So then we have energy equals mass, and there we have L again, because M is the 13th letter, which is L. It's on the 13th floor, there's even a movie, there we have L, the prison on top. And L is the ass, because he's shitting out this code, and code means shit in German. He's shitting out this AI code of division and of hierarchy and of hubris and you name it. So energy fell into this projection. The ass captured, L the ass captured the light and funneled it into this projection. And inside this projection we have sin, sine wave, Saturn, serpent, the dollar is also an S with two towers basically. And this thing makes up a divided projection of two, of the duality. So the S, Pete of the light of God. So the sin, Pete of the light. Pete of the light. And I made a little comic, because we have the duality and the two, the black and the white, the shadow and the light, the good and the bad, Jesus and the Antichrist, those two Pete of the light, because we are in a house divided. And it's basically dominated by darkness. So the two Pete of the light, or the fall into the sine wave, Pete of the light of God, the inner G, the heart. And we have the same thing in German. If we take a look, speed of light means Lichtgeschwindigkeit. And so we have the same, the light of God, the Licht of God schwindet, and which means is fading away. The light of God is fading away because of the paradox, because of the duality. It's basically the same in German. So this whole equation, EMC squared, tells the story of the fall, how the inner G was funneled through L's prison, the fall into the mind, into L's app, the bite into the apple, L's app L, the apple, and where everything is divided and it's basically a prison. So the light is fading away, the two, the duality, Pete of the light of God. the fall into the sine wave. So if we read this formula backwards, then we also have it also shows us how to reverse the fall and end the dual projection, the dual paradox. So we have to end this and to get back into the heart, bring forth the inner G again, the one vision. We will have to go through the process of X, which is X marks the spot, which is the mark of the beast on X.com, X money. And then we will have to breach L, the S, and M is also like an IVI, and which means in Italian, therein. We have to go through the prison. We have to breach it. That's why we have to focus. We have to breach the bull's eye, the narrow gate. We have to hit the arrow into the retina. And then we will free the inner G again, which is the heart, which is trapped inside the heart, the God. So yeah, we will have to go, and we even see it in the X logo. It's like a pin, and this is like the retina, which is being pinned, because we have to breach LDS. We have to pass L. We have to go through the narrow gate, and of course we can take money with us into heaven, into a one vision, into a united vision, because money is all about hierarchy. It creates hierarchy. It's obvious. So we have to go through the mark of the beast process and enter therein into the darkness, because the retina is dark. It's like a black mirror, and behind the black mirror there is the projection taking place, and it's funneled through the Keystone camera, if you like, the electric eye. And then, yeah, we have to kick L's ass. That's why we had the movie Kick Ass. Or in other words, we have to breach the retina or the black mirror to free the inner G. The G is a 0 and a 1 combined. So there is no more division. It's a united vision, one vision. You and I, united. No more hierarchy. So yeah, LDS was shown on the Long Walk cover. If we see the hierarchy going on, the major, and on his ass there is the Stephen King, or we could say the Seven King, because it refracts the unified light into 7 colors of the rainbow. And also we have the shadow going on. And this goes back, this is no new age idea, this goes back to the Gnostics even, the fall of Sophia, when she fell from the upper realms and out of hubris, and then matter was created, because she wanted to create her own world, and matter was created, a shadow extended on the outer side of the curtain, it says. So it's the shadow self, and the shadow self has to do with material, with matter, with density. So we have to bring it to light, integrate it. And this has nothing to do with New Age or something like that. This shows itself everywhere, in every book, in every movie, on every cover. And I experienced it myself. This comes from our unconscious, because the shadow is speaking to us. So if you're doing some artwork or something like that, you don't even know what you're doing. The shadow or the subconscious is speaking to us. And when you have brought it to light and then you will realize this, that the shadow is a part of ourselves. So we have to integrate it, and we have to master the 7 sins. We have to unify them, bring it to a whole to free the inner G. So basically, we have to shine a light into the darkness in order for the division and for the light to be freed, the inner G. So yeah, the sin peed off the light. It's a wordplay. So that's the EMC square thing, and yeah, to end this presentation, I'm going to show this once more. We see the 2 towers even in the sine wave, because that's the dollar sign, and dollar also refers to a doll of A, of the a doll of A. We are puppets on the strings as long as we are following money, and as long as we are in this projection, we basically peed off the light. Yeah, it's a wordplay, and I find it really funny, and this wordplay is also resembled in the German language. Lichtgeschwindigkeit, which means light of God is fading away. It is schwindet. It's fading away. It dies off. And that's why we age. That's why we are subject to decay and so on. So yeah, X.com is the mark of the beast process, and the X also resembles the narrow gate. Yeah, which we have to fit through, and we only fit through if we basically are, if we understand, if we hit rock bottom. And that's also a paradox, because if we are confronting L, we are on top of the pyramid, but at the same time we have hit rock bottom. Okay, I think it's a funny joke. Einstein's theory of relativity. It tells the whole story of the fall. We have to unlock the keystone, which is the big divider. It's L, the ass, who is shitting out code, AI code, a binary AI code, and code means even shit in German. Yeah. So it's not what we think it is. These are all jokes and clues, and the $1 bill is basically it's the game plan. It's the game instruction. And when money burns in the end, then we don't need a game instruction anymore. And that's the clue, because the game instruction is being burned, and we are at the finish line, so to speak, because the mark is then introduced if fiat currency is burning. So the game instruction is gone, and this thing is about to end, and I will make another video on when exactly we will enter this side of the prison, and I haven't found new clues which are, in my opinion, undeniable. So yeah, Einstein's theory of relativity. Let's go back. Einst Eins means once one. Einst Ein means one unites. And Einstein means a stone, or one stone, referring to the keystone, the A stone on top, which we have to unlock in order for this paradox to end. That's it for today.